Hi, my name is Michel Labrèche, and I'm with my dear friend Liane Samgollo, who just happened to have written a book, and your self-sabotage, your 8 deadly patterns preventing you from leading the life you want. So this is a very nice book that
Thank you.
you wrote. Basically, tell us a bit about the context of that book, and basically I see that you have a chain here, and you have like a cannonball, so we are being chained to our deadly pattern. So
Right.
explain about that, please.
Yes, before explaining why why I chose the Ed Deadly pattern, it's how I got there, and it's all about the journey. And it was written in French initially, and that was a translation of my first book in French. So it's all started as the people who knows me, is about dyslexia. And after having my degree as a professional coach and as a therapist, I was biking with a good friend, and we were talking about projects. And one of them, among them, it was about maybe writing a book. And I knew deep down that I couldn't do it. And we were laughing, and it was all about responsibility. So that evening, I started writing a page, and I started writing another one, and on and on. 8 months later, I had a manuscript, and that started by a crazy idea. So, I wanted to talk about our patterns and why we're not getting the life that we really want to have. So I sent the manuscript to 3 publishing houses. And I was waiting, and I said, my God, can I do it? And one of them called me. I remember it was in April. And they met with me, and they said, wow, that's been a great stuff. And I said to myself, wow, someone, a publishing house is interested to my stuff. And in May, I signed with les éditions Québec Livres. And that changed my life, because I thought, as a dyslexia person, my perception about myself, that I had struggled so many years to learn how to write, to read, mispronouncing, and I was laughed at in school, and I never been a grade A student, B student. So for me, it was more than, I was overwhelmed. So why I wrote about the deadly patterns? I had the deadly patterns, and that was one of them, playing the victim, that, oh, I suffered from dyslexia, I will never be able to write a book, and I overcome my pattern. So why I wrote on this is because I realized, as a professional coach and as a therapist, that my clients that comes to see me, they wanted to make that change. And I asked them, do you really want to make that change? Scale yourself 1 to 10, the willingness to make that change. And they look at me, they say, yes, I want you really to think about it. Come and see me next week, because your life's going to change now, and you're going to work hard. So it's being able to be conscious about our patterns and how we speak, how toxic it is, and has an impact on our frequency, how we act, how we respond to others, even for ourselves. So this book was about the deadly patterns, but also you have in the book 3 life case for each patterns, with focus questions that make their life change. They question them, they're conscious, and you can see in the book as well their realizations. And you do have exercise for each deadly pattern. So one of the patterns is why we want to be right all the time. There's another one, it's about, why do I feel guilt? The third one is about judgment. Why do I judge myself? And why do I judge and blame others? I talk about as well to be the victim. Why do we play the victim? Why? And it's all related to our self-esteem. So this is a good book. So the question you were asking why, is because I had my own patterns, and I still have, and it's challenging. So this book helps others to make a change in their life, if they really want to make a change in their life.
So basically, this is a life experience, and it's the love of the jungle, and we are constantly being thrown off our horse, and it's a battle that we have to win. And if we use what this book is saying, we will have like exercise, and we have comprehension and understanding about life itself. And this is really universal, so whatever it was in the book in French still apply in English or in Spanish or in any countries or culture, because everyone has a problem either with their consort, their family, their health, their work, the finance, and it's like universal. So basically this is, I think, is a really good book, but what I pointed out earlier is that it's red and white, and you see like the chain that you have that is trapping your ego inside yourself, and the deadly pattern are pattern that really kills you over when you are influenced by outside things of the society. In one point, ultimately when you're 80, 90, you die, or even before if you're sick. So if you know how to overcome this, as I see it, what you're explaining is that you'll become more conscious, and then you'll become more creative, and then you'll be able to steer your own boat.
Right.
So this is what you're pointing out.
Yeah, and I'm pointing out as well, everyone that comes to see me and say, oh, I want this, oh, I want a better relationship, oh, I want to meet someone, or I want to have more money, or I want to, but for example, if you want to have, you want to meet someone and you want to be in a relationship and you want commitment, what is the, when you scale yourself about commitment, how you commit to yourself. So you cannot have what you're not willing to become. And this is important to ask yourself, do I really want it, but I need to become it? So the book as well, I talk about how we breathe, because to make a change, it takes energy. And so breathing, look at the way we breathe. Sometimes we breathe from up here, right?
Yeah.
So we breathe from up here. And when we are born, what happens? We are touched, we breathe, and after we are fed.
Yeah.
Us as adults, we have our face in the fridge, we cannot breathe properly, and we're not touched. So when I look at people and they come to see me and they're in an anxiety state of mind, I show them how to breathe. And this is part of the exercises as well that you find in the book.
Okay. So basically, you say that when we judge people, when we blame people, when we are being victimized, all those things are things that hinder on our own experience and forbid us of accessing our state of mind and well-being, total, because this is in the movement of wellness center and well-being center that we all want to have the best for us. And since society is conditioning us, basically we are being influenced with outside things, and we are being manipulated with, and at one point there are some interferences with our lives, and we have to know ourselves, and it has to become from inside. And when you do this, then you become a better person. So now let's go about your creativity.
Yeah, but before creativity, you said about the society, and I like that quote. Somebody was saying me, is it the tail that's wagging the dog, or the dog wagging the tail? And that's what I bring my clients to be. You're the dog wagging the tail. And we live in a society where that gives us parameters and how to live our life and what is normal. So normal for you can be very different from myself or some other, the definition of normal and how we want to live our lives. So it's to be fully, living fully the life that we want. And that's why I give workshop about be able to be in that state of mind and be able to
be aware,
yes.
And to be in a conscious mode where you can sort out your inner creativity and people will benefit from whatever you do. So talking about that, the first thing I want to show to the camera is that this is the book that you did in French.
Right.
Okay. And basically now you have the English correspondence on that, and might be the Spanish one day. But to that matter, you're talking about wagging the tail of the dog. So this is a concept I want to point out to the camera here. And it's people that are eternal companion. You have your dog, your cat, your horse that you like, that you love. And basically one day you are being departed with that precious companion. So basically you have thought of something that is really creative, and it's to put the essence of your animal with all the ashes and stuff like that, and to make like a picture of your beloved animal, and then the animal will be able to be with you for the rest of your life, because it's really like hairs and parts of the
It's
animal.
a DNA.
It's a DNA.
It's because it's funny how it started as an artist. I had a client in my office, and we were talking about some of them about how to manage their stress and how their pets are so important in their lives. And so I developed with their hair fur, and are the ashes, with a picture that you can see through the art. And it's something that is very humble, very precious for them, that they keep. So I developed a product, and it ease for them that the pain, so they can go through the stress that they have of losing their pet
Okay.
or even loved one.
So basically we do know